Hi, I'm Stuart and welcome to SIRENNET Television. And this is the area where we kind of get a close-up at a particular product. In this case, it happens to be the Whelen 800D strobe beacon. It's been around for a number of years. It's come in different shapes and sizes. This particular conical shaped dome, the one that's on it right now, is the current model. I actually remember the days when it was the 800 before it became a 800C and then ultimately a D. The light itself actually is a premium light within the Whelen family, and it has some interesting characteristics. Now again, it's not LED, it's a strobe beacon, and some of the characteristics with this particular beacon go like this. At the bottom here you have a base, and this base isn't a cast base, so it's a very strong, rugged base. It also has the ability to pipe mount. There's a tread that is shown here, and with that tread you feed the cable through and you can pipe mount this particular light onto a pole. So for example, it might be on a marine application or a truck, that really a pole will be the best way to mount this light. That's how you would go about doing it. The technical specs and information are available on the website. You can check those out. And again, this particular light is obviously designed around the US market, so from a tread point of view, it is a non-metric tread. So that's the way it goes over here. You'll also notice that it actually has a HD sticker, and that means heavy duty. And a couple of things about the heavy duty product line is it comes with a 5-year warranty. I'm going to take the dome off right now, and we'll take a close look at the insides. So let me go quickly unscrew this. There we go. And like all good cooking courses, I've taken the other screw out. Essentially there's 2 screws, one on either side, that hold it in place. So let me take the dome off. And let's look at the dome before we go into the inside area here of the strobe beacon itself. The dome is actually made up of 2 parts. I don't know whether you can see this. I've got to get another camera to kind of zoom in at a different angle. There's basically an inner area in here. And a little story behind this. As I said, this beacon has been around for a number of years. In fact, quite frankly, this beacon is probably approaching 30 years in the marketplace. And from the dome perspective vis-a-vis strobe, this particular light is probably at the pinnacle right now of strobe technology in relation to getting the light from here through this dome. And that's why this dome is shaped the way it is, to optimize the light output. Inside here, the actual ribs that you see allow the light to be fired both up and out, giving you a very high output punch. And again, as I said, it's the pinnacle of lens design in relation to a strobe product. If we take a look at the actual unit itself, once you take the dome off, you can take the ring off. There's basically a ring, a chrome ring, that goes around the light. Now, when you're mounting this on a pole, you would not use this, but if you want to flat mount this product, you would use the ring. I'll put it together in a second and show you that, but you'd use the ring along with some other components. So let's again take a look at the actual units, and as you can see here, there's a PC board, and then on this PC board is mounted the actual strobe tube itself. It's a curly shaped tube. There's a gas in here, and the gas gets excited once the electricity is flowing through these coils which surround it, and that in turn activates the light. All the electronics are underneath the PC board, and the PC board itself is actually covered in a protective coating to allow it to operate in pretty harsh environments. So this is a very robust light actually. It flashes what's known as comet flash, and that's a flash sequence that Whelen developed many years ago. So it has a very strong output. Again, you've got your capacitor here, and the old story, I don't know whether you remember, I shot a video a while ago talking about another type of strobe beacon available from Whelen. Always remember to deactivate the strobe and let it sit for about maybe a minute, minute and a half before you start touching anything on the board in here. It's safe to do that once it's connected, but you need to allow this capacitor to discharge, and it takes about a minute to a minute and a half to do that. So that's the inside area, and that's the 800 Series D beacon. Now there's a different variation. This is a tall dome. You can also on the website get it with a low dome. Now the low dome, alas, is in this family. This happens to be a red one. It comes in a variety of different safety colors. But the difference between this dome and this dome, besides the height, as you can see, this is a more conventional shaped dome. It also, from a ribbing perspective, only has the ribs generated inside the actual dome itself. It doesn't have an additional rib module inside it, which this one does. So from an output perspective, by putting a dome like this, i.e. going to a low dome version of this, you know, for the money, I would probably go with some of the other strobe beacons within the Whelen family. We have them available on our website, basically the 2000 series. That's definitely what I would look at. But if you really want to have a pinnacle light using the 800D, then I would go with this dome, which definitely optimizes the light output. So let me go put the ring back on. Put this together. Let's line it up here. So let me go ahead and screw this back on. There we go. The chrome ring, which is, it's a plastic chrome ring, but basically it goes around the base of the light, as you can see here. And then also you will get a pack that will also have a gasket, which is what this black is in here, as well as some additional wiring and a amp pin connector. And there also are some screws in here as well, which would allow you to flat mount this light should you decide not to pole mount it. So again, this is the 800D, a little quick look at it. This is the low dome version, the red one, which I'm holding here. And then the high dome version is what I'm holding in my hand, which is the amber one on this side. So great product, always available on SIRENNET. Definitely something worth checking out. I'm Stuart, and thanks for dropping by the studio.